The apps that you have on your phone can make a big difference when you travel. In this video, I'm going to set you up for 2025 with the best apps that will help you in traveling, in finding somewhere to stay, and in spending money abroad. I'm also going to show you an app that's one that I've never seen before that I think will make a big difference to me when I travel next time. Let's go. First things first, we need to talk about getting to our destination. So if you're going to fly, number one thing, get the apps for the airline that you fly with. It may feel like a bit of a faff, but it will really simplify things in downloading your tickets and making any changes that you need to do. The next thing you'll probably want to know is about where your flight is and where it's going. So Flight Radar 24 or apps like that can be a great help in tracking flights across the world. Now, I also like using Maps.me. You might be a bit surprised at this because it's just an app where you download maps and you can look in the local area. However, what you can also do with this app is open it up and look at where your flight is. You don't need to be online, you can be in flight mode and you can still have a little look, and it just gives you an idea of what you're flying over and what you might be filming or looking at.
Sorry, I did not know that.
Have you tried lounges at airports? They can be a bit of a game changer, but sometimes it's hard to know which lounges you can use and which you can't. Lounge Buddy is an app that can really help you zero in at the airport you're in, or maybe you're stopping over, and find a lounge that you can access and use. Now, if you're going to use your phone abroad, the most important thing is clearly making sure you're online able to use it. If you're traveling within the European Union and you live within the European Union, then you can use mobile data there. If you're from the UK like me, try and see if you can get a mobile phone package that you can use data abroad. However, if none of that is possible, the other option are eSIMs. I'm not advertising any of them. I'm not advertising any apps in this video, but I would recommend doing your research, finding out which eSIM is best suited to the country that you're going to, and then buying it and downloading it before you travel there, and then just making sure you get it right and ready to go for when you land. Because clearly, obvious alert, if you don't have any data connection, all of these apps are a waste of time.
It's actually very obvious.
There is clearly, though, one other option when you're overseas in terms of using data, using the Wi-Fi at your hotel, at the airport, at the bus station. But is your data going to be safe on your phone if you do that? The answer to that is VPN, Virtual Private Network. You'll have seen it advertised on so many videos. I'm sure I don't need to go into too much detail, but whichever VPN you use, it will give you some peace of mind when you're overseas traveling and using your mobile phone. Now look, if this video is proving helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. I know you hear it so many times, but it will make a big difference to get this video to many more people so I can help them with their traveling abroad and the apps that they can use. So the next thing that you might be thinking about is trying to get in contact with people, whether that's friends and family back home or whether it's businesses like hotels, taxis, restaurants. When you're traveling, get WhatsApp. Most companies now use WhatsApp. I stayed in a hotel recently where they gave us a QR code so you could contact the hotel through the WhatsApp. Just download it if you haven't got it already, but if you have, just use it when you're overseas. Next up, let's talk about finding that restaurant that you plan to visit, your hotel, or maybe a great big attraction that you want to get to. The answer to that, Google Maps. Download maps of the areas that you're visiting and then have them saved on your app, so when you get there, even if you're offline, you can find where you want to be. Another app I think that you should have while driving on holiday is Waze. Yes, of course, like all other apps, it can get you from A to B and give you directions, but it does a little bit more. First of all, in the settings, you can set it to how speed is measured where you are. So for example, if you're in a British car with miles driving abroad in Europe in kilometers, the app on the screen will tell you when you're over the speed limit. But also the great thing about Waze is that everyone who's on it reports police, reports speed cameras, reports items in the road. So you're right up to date with the very latest situation on the road. And if you're unsure about driving in a different country, I think it will be a great help to you. And to be honest, it's a relatively new app to me. I was only introduced to it recently when filming in the Baltic states, and I found it really helpful. Oh, by the way, those videos from the Baltic states will be on this channel very soon. If, however, you're not planning to drive when on holiday, think about using apps like Uber and Lyft or whatever the other local apps in that country are to help you getting around between places. If you're enjoying this video but really want to see places to go, well, this channel is just for you, because coming up soon I'll be heading to the Baltic states, which I've mentioned before, and then to the Canaries. So to not miss out, hit the subscribe button. When you're traveling, one of the things of course you need to do is have somewhere to stay. The two apps that I use when traveling to find places to stay are Airbnb and Booking.com. Look, there are many different apps like Booking that you can use, but in my case I've stayed with Booking because I've built up a discount within it. Once again though, this is not an advert for either Airbnb or Booking.com. Neither are paying me to talk about their apps. I'm just telling you what I use when I travel. One of the things you'll want to do when traveling is speak to the locals. Look, it's not too difficult, or in theory it shouldn't be, if you're traveling from one English-speaking country to another. But what about if you're traveling to the likes of a French-speaking or Spanish-speaking country? Well, your phone can help you. Be it a Google phone, be it an Apple phone, they have inbuilt translators. It's not perfect, but it really will help you if you're trying to order meals or trying to get directions. One of the unfortunate bits of traveling is spending money. I know, you don't want to do it, but sometimes you need to do it. I would recommend getting a good banking app to do that when traveling abroad. Once again, no sponsorship here, but I use the Chase app. I only use it for spending money while traveling abroad. It appears to give very good conversion rates whenever I spend the money compared to what the current conversion rate is. And you can see straight away in the currency you've spent the money and in your own currency exactly how much money you spent. It works really well for me. It might not for you, but definitely look around and try and find a banking app that will allow you to spend money via your phone or your card while abroad. What you don't want is tons and tons of foreign money that you'll never use again and you'll have sat in a drawer when you get back home. You wake up in the morning and you think, I want to go and sit on the beach, or you're planning a visit to somewhere like the Colosseum, but you don't know what the weather's going to be like. So make sure you have really good weather apps with you. If you're from the UK, the BBC weather app can be quite good, but personally, I use AccuWeather. I found it really helpful. I downloaded it when I was in the USA a couple of years ago and I was going to Fenway to watch the Red Sox play. It was blue sky all around and I'd looked at my app and it said rain is coming and I didn't believe it. However, I just thought, well, I'll pop in to one of the shops selling Red Sox stuff on the way into the stadium. And it just so happened I popped in when the weather was supposed to get worse and it was supposed to rain heavily. As I walked back out, the heavens opened and the app was right. So like I said, I use AccuWeather. Whatever app works for you, just make sure you have a weather app with you. It will really help you plan out your trips. Now to the app that, I'll be honest, I've never used before, but I think I will when I travel next time. It's called Flush. You might be guessing what it's for. It's for public toilets where you're traveling. You know the score if you've traveled abroad. You're suddenly in a city and you're caught short and you think, where can I go? Well, to me, having an app that tells you exactly where you can go is really helpful. So I have downloaded it onto my phone and I'll let you know perhaps in a future video just how helpful it has been.